I was dead set on doing the Peace Corps after college, and I had been accepted and was on an expedited placement timeline to be in Tanzania in September of 2010. I graduated in June. And my mom was like, there's no way you're really going to do the Peace Corps. There's no way you're moving to Tanzania. And the kicker was, she said, you know, it would really be terrible if one of your grandparents got sick and you couldn't come home. I thought, well, yeah, I'm not going to Tanzania. And I'd worked for Senator Reid the summer before, and at the time it looked like he was going to lose. He was down 20 points in the polls going into the election. I thought it would really be terrible for this country if he doesn't go back to Washington, because he's an exceptional leader. So I applied for the campaign, got a job as a field organizer, and it just so happened that September, my dad's dad, my grandfather, got pancreatic cancer, and I was able to come home and go home and say bye to him. And I really felt it was the universe saying, you made the right decision, and there's something about Nevada that you should really think about. Just felt right in my gut to be out here. And during the course of the campaign, I got to meet Dee Taylor, who was the head of the culinary at the time. And I told him a story. One of the places that I was assigned to on the Reid campaign was along Boulder Highway. There are a number of mobile home parks there. And I'll never forget knocking on a door and a woman very clearly telling me that she didn't believe that anything political was ever going to help her or her life, and that she had a sick kid, her husband was out of work, and what could I do for her? I'm thinking, I don't know what I could do for you. I don't know how to help you. And I told Dee that story, and he said, well, if you want to learn how to change the world, if you really want to change the world, you got to learn how to organize. I didn't know what that meant. And he told me to call him after the election if I was still interested in Vegas. And so I did. And I had the opportunity to organize non-union workers. And it changed the entire course of how I saw that woman along with the world. And I really came to believe that the only way that you can help other people is helping them help themselves, because you can't change everything, you can't fix everything, but if you can empower other people to fight for themselves, you can actually make a big difference in the world. We are failing as a country in that there's nowhere near as many Latinas in office as there are Latinas in this country. And I think that's not just true for Latinas, I think that's true for minorities in politics across the board. And so I would like to see many more, not just Latinas, but minorities run for office at all levels of the ticket, all the way through to the White House. The fear that people feel as a result of Trump winning the presidency is real. And it's not necessarily because of what he promised on the campaign trail. It's because of the uncertainty that comes with having someone who campaigned on building a wall in the highest office of the country. And I think that I really see my role and my responsibility to make sure that I'm fighting for policies that help people feel that they still have a place in this country, because they do, and that they do not need to live in fear, because they don't. And I want to make sure that that is true in the policies we pass, but I also want to make sure that I can help connect people to resources that can both answer anything from legal questions all the way to make sure that they're coming together and talking about these issues, and that we're fighting to continue to build power as opposed to function under fear.